There are some expressions that pop up all the time when we talk about the theory of relativity, and where it's easy to be confused if you don't know what we're talking about. And these concepts are observers making measurements in a frame of reference. And the question then is, what do we mean when we talk about an observer or a frame of reference within which then a measurement is made? The thing is, we don't want to be confused about adding complex stuff about how much time it takes for light to reach the eyes of different people looking or trying to measure something happening somewhere in the universe, because that would make everything we can, but it would make everything much more complicated. So including this concept or idea of a frame of reference or a reference frame is an easy way to deal with the problem. And then observer and reference frame, they're just two different words for the same thing. But what is that thing? What does this concept mean then? Well, here's an explanation. Imagine that we attach to you a big lattice framework, rods of iron stretching all over the entire universe in all directions. And everywhere in this grid there are smartphones, they have synchronized clocks, and they have cameras that film everything that happens where these cameras then are, and they upload it to the internet. What's good with this concept or this idea then of this reference frame is that now, regardless of where anything happens in the universe, you will have a clock there with the timer measuring, filming exactly where it is. We don't need to worry about this registration, etc., or seeing what happens and that the light should reach your eyes, because you will have eyes all over the universe, so to speak. So these clocks can then either record when something happened, or they can see how long does it take for this to move over there, or how fast does it move, because you have clocks and cameras everywhere. So what it means then for a person or an observer or a reference to measure something is that this grid moving or which stretches all over the universe, that makes this measurement. And then, regardless of whether you are moving very quickly one direction or another direction, or standing still, you will always have a clock nearby where some event happens. So that's why it's easy to talk about how different observers will measure something happening regardless of where in the universe it happens, because everyone will have this hypothetical idea then of a reference frame that makes the measurement. So that's the concept then of a frame of reference, and that's what we're talking about when we're talking about this concept in the later videos.